Hey, Jake, where's Madigan? You got her?
Right here.
Excellent. One of the girls, she's just a great comedian. And she is, to me, she feels, I know she's from St. Louis, but she feels so Kansas City. And the Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos tour is rolling up into Kansas City. It'll get here October 14th at the Midland Theater.
Born September 30th in Florissant, Missouri, our next guest is an award-winning comedian who is a veteran of the late-night talk show circuit, has toured Iraq and Afghanistan with the USO, and released numerous HBO, Comedy Central, Netflix, and Amazon Prime specials. You can listen to her podcast, Madigan's Pubcast, on Spotify, Apple, and more. And on October 14th, she's bringing her Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos tour to the Midland Theater. Please welcome longtime friend of the show, Kathleen Madigan.
Ms. Madigan, how are you?
I'm fine. You guys couldn't be more in the news if you tried.
No, dude, how crazy is all that? I'm like, she's going to let that Viking up in the business. That's crazy.
Right? I'm like, can I get her on my fantasy team? How's that work?
Yeah.
I have people that are scoring less points than her. Let's put her on. Wow, Kansas City, you're on fire.
I can't wait for you to get here. October 14th is not that far away.
No, it's not. Just a couple weeks. Well, really, yeah, a couple weeks. I'll be there. I'm very excited.
How goes Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos across America?
Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos is going very good so far. All the shows are sold out. Everybody's happy. Nobody's yelling at me. That's all I care about. Just don't yell at me.
Isn't it? Yeah, it goes from your parents yelling at you as a kid to like then the world, your agent, the managers, everybody's.
Oh, and it's people yelling, and I'm like, are you yelling at Joan Jett like this? I don't think so. Just shut up for a while. We're doing what we can do, and that's that.
Dude, but you know what? To me, you do have that Joan Jett vibe, and I'm a huge Joan Jett fan. Like, I think she hung the moon. I think from the Runaways on, she's unbelievable. But you've got that same...
Oh, my God, I saw them, and I saw her in that. It was Cheap Trick first, and then her, and then Hart. And she was phenomenal. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I haven't really seen her in 100 years or whatever, but I was like, okay, Joan Jett's good. It was great. Yeah, all of them. Everybody's like 100. It doesn't even matter. Stevie Nicks just announced 2 new tour dates. What are you 90? This is crazy good.
Yeah.
But it's good. If they want to keep going, go. Yeah. I always look for Johnny Mathis because we have the same birthday, and he just did Atlantic City.
Oh, my God. You have no idea. My mother had like 4 8-tracks, and one of them was Johnny Mathis, Roses Are Red. Oh, my God.
When he had a song, I noticed when I was like 30, his headshot was just his eyeballs. And I'm like, that's smart, man. The older you get, just keep chopping off your face till it's your eyeballs. And it said After the Lovin', and that's the only song I knew because my parents would play it. And I'm like, wow, that guy is still out headlining Atlantic City. He's 86.
Yeah.
This is crazy, crazy town. Yeah. But good for the super seniors. Good for you guys.
Dude, listen, and these guys, like, you go out there, you see them, and it is pretty amazing how good they still are. Like a Johnny Mathis. Like, he can still sing. It's a weird enough show. I saw John Fogerty, and he was 70.
My friend just saw him in Nashville. Yeah, and I looked at the set list. He plays all the songs. I just don't know. Is it fun?
It really is. It's really good because, these are the first times he could do it because that manager he sold all the, he was a bad deal he signed, but he was going to have to literally pay his publishing company to play his own songs, and it pissed him off so much. That's why he never did those CCR songs for 25 years.
Oh, well, see, that's what happens when you smoke too much weed in the 60s. You start signing crazy things.
That's right. Speaking of smoking weed, how's your mom and dad?
The old, did I tell you about the lotion? So I bought them this pot lotion, speaking of weed, because my mom has all these scars and aches, whatever, they're 100. They have all these issues. And in Aspen, I walked into this weed store, and I am weed dumb. I don't know anything. And usually they start way too hard for me, the pot kids, because they just assume I have a base knowledge, which I do not. And then it becomes, now, do you want to get like high where you're laughing, or do you want to get like zoned out? All this stuff. I'm like, this doesn't happen with alcohol. When I walk into a bar, they don't go, do you want to get in a fight kind of liquor? Why don't we just put some vodka in you? You want to just chill out at the bar, Kathleen? How about, you want to start dancing? How about a nice skinny margarita? Like, it's those are things you have to learn on your own as a drinker about your own body type. And nobody can tell you that. You just have to go do it and see what happens. But they had this lotion, and the girl said, yeah, it's really good. Like, do you want the kind that heats up? Like, icy hot. I go, I don't know. I'll just take a bottle of each. It's for my parents. And then I smuggled it home from Colorado. Well, I shouldn't say it's probably a federal crime, but I did put it in some sort of mail, and I put my parents' return address on it so that if anybody was going to jail, it's those two, because they got nothing but time. They're retired. And, Dad, you used to be a lawyer. You figure out how to get out.
Right.
I'm not. I'm too busy to go to jail. So they get it, and I never tell my parents the real price of anything, because then they feel bad or they won't use it or whatever. But each bottle, she checked me out. It was like $575 total, $575. Like, the bottles were like $265 a piece, blah, blah. And I go, okay, you're supposed to use like a dime size, but I forgot to tell her that. I just shipped it. And she's like, this lotion is wonderful. I put it all over your dad's back. And for my calves, I mean, we're going to be out in a couple weeks. And I go, oh, no, crazy people. I go, Mom, those are $250 a pop.
Yeah.
She goes, well, I think you have $2.50. I go, $250. So it was gone in 2 weeks. I'm like, wow, how high were you? And they didn't even notice because it's going in your bloodstream. And she's like, I didn't feel a thing at golf. I'm like, I bet you didn't. You probably didn't feel anything for 4 weeks after that. So they're, the old people, that's what, like, when Mitch McConnell basically stroked out in front of us on television, and then the White House doctor, whoever, called it a freeze. Well, my dad's had 2 strokes, and he's made it through them. But we're like, Dad, we're no longer referring to what's happened to you as a stroke. Those are called freezes. And if you feel like you're freezing again, let us know. And unlike Mitch McConnell, we will take you to a hospital. Versus that lady came out.
Mitch McConnell.
That was so crazy. Like, he just stood there. I had it live on TV. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, and then a lady came out, and I thought, oh, she's going to help him. And she whispered something, and then she looked at the press and said, any more questions? I would say, yeah, has anyone called 911?
Yes.
Because my dad has had these, quote, freezes, and when he does, we take him to a hospital. We don't make him answer more questions that he's incapable of answering. I can't believe that's acceptable. And then in my mind, I watched Mitch have a stroke, in my opinion, and then I went, are the Jets on Thursday Night Football? Like, we don't even care anymore. Because they're so old, we're fine with it. Where everybody's like, oh, well, that's what's going on. Nancy Pelosi's 83. She's going to run again. Oh, my God. Like, who's going to put the brakes on these people? Because I see my mom and dad. There's no way they could be president. No. Not even my dad goes, what if we did it as a couple? I'm like, no, you still would suck. You guys still can't remember stuff. You don't know where you parked the car. You don't know where the keys are. The dog hasn't been walked. No. Oh, no. It's too old.
And what did I see on Instagram? Did you get a cat?
I did not get one.
Okay.
It's the classic story. It's four just showed up on the kittens on the front porch. Clearly some hillbilly hoe cat had some kids and dropped them off and then left. And then I'm like, what am I supposed to? So I called this number about if you find cats in the county. And the lady's like, well, we've got over 87,000 feral cats in the county right now. We don't care about 4 more. And I said, okay, well, your number is on the Google machine. So you should call the Google people and tell them you're full up on cats and you don't care about cats because you're going to get more calls than mine. And she goes, well, let me ask you this. Are they socialized? I said, well, I don't know. We haven't been out drinking. I mean, I could put some beer in a tiny bowl and see if they start yakking, but so far all I'm getting is wow. And then they tunneled under the house, under the air conditioning bed. That's where they would spend the night. And so I took them up to I caught him, and I'm like, well, I'll keep him. Nobody would take him, and I got him spayed and neutered, and the lady goes, what are their names? They have to be registered. I go, well, this is going to sound racist, but it's not. It's a tribute and an homage to since they tunneled, I named him after Mexican drug lords. And
El Chapo.
Yeah, El Chapo is the oldest. He's the only boy. El Chapo, and then there's El Mencho. And the white one is El Blanco. And then the last one I named after myself. If I was a drug lord, it would be El Cato. She did not find any of that funny. She's like, well, I'm not going to put the ale. It's too confusing. I said, I don't care what you call them, lady. They're cats. They don't know their names anyway. It doesn't matter. Call them whatever you want. Right. Yeah, but now I have 4.
Oh, we found one in a trash can that's been living with us now. We named him Oscar, after Lord of the Dumpster, and literally found him a little pound deal. And that's Oscar, the Overlord, who now lives with us. Ungrateful.
Yeah, and they're never leaving.
No.
Once you feed them.
Oh, he's an ungrateful cat.
Well, how many of them are? I love that thing on Instagram that says cats are better than dogs because the cats will never work with the cops.
That's true. That's true. Listen, we got to get you up here to some sporting events. Come up here and see a Chiefs game when you're in town. Do we have a game that Sunday after her show? Let me find out what we got, because you, by the way, I saw that you sang for the. By the way, I don't know how it's going to work out in St. Louis. But didn't you sing it was the Cubs?
Yes, I threw out the first pitch, and then I did the 7th inning stretch, and I had to clear it with all my uncles who are diehard Cardinal fans. I'm like, I know I'm kind of crossing a line here, but Chicago, like, outside of like going to Cubs Cardinals games was one of my favorite things. And I never felt like the Cubs fans were jerks. Like, they were always, even when they come to St. Louis. They're very nice. They just drink beer. They're happy people. It's not like I don't think I could do it if it was the Dodgers. I don't like them. I mean, I hate to say that, but the people were so nice. It was very nerve-wracking. Like, I don't sing. Why are you going to have me sing this 7th inning stretch? But basically, you don't have to sing. You just got started.
Right.
So that was, and it was a beautiful day, and the Cubs won. Everybody was happy, so good for them. The Cardinals are so bad. I almost also didn't feel bad. I kind of want put a pressure on the front office and go, look, I have been forced to go out to throw a pitch in a different town because the Cardinals are so bad. That's how bad we've gotten. I have to go to other cities where people are happy and their teams are good, because this is 11 years in a row now that the Cardinals haven't made it past the first round of playoffs. It's unacceptable. It's just unacceptable.
Well, you've seen the Royals this year, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, let's not speak ill of the dead.
But I would not say that the Royals so far have built up of winning.
No,
I would say every now and then they spark up, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, the St. Louis people expect more because you fed us more, and now we're hungry cats, and you fed us, and now you're not feeding us. It's not right.
Oh, my uncle used to say the sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while, and that's pretty much what I feel like we're getting. That's us.
That's what the Royals get. Yeah. Yes, I think a Chiefs game would probably be a little more exciting.
I got to get you. I can't wait to see it. October 14th, the Midland Theater, Saturday. It's a Saturday night. If you don't have tickets, you want to get them today. Kathleen Madigan rolls in. I'm telling you, the Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos tour will rip through Kansas City, only to be a memory on that Sunday. So if you want to go, the Midland will sell out every single time.
Yeah, maybe there's a game that Sunday.
No, you got a game Thursday. We got a game. It's versus the Broncos if you want to come in a couple days early.
Oh, the Broncos. Well, that should be easy after what we saw last week. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Thank God for Taylor Swift. So there was some entertainment.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not. The Denver thing, I feel bad for the Denver people because it's going to be a long season. That's horrible. Yeah. But who cares? We've got the Chiefs, and everybody's looking good.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, too, have you talked to Lewis lately?
Yes, Lewis is out west. I believe tonight he has a show in Ketchum, Idaho. I go, oh, are they starting a Jewish militia there? Are you the new leader? Are you the new leader out west, Lou? What are you cooking up? What kind of conspiracy theories are we tossing around? Right. Yeah, he's out west doing his shows like Spokane, Ketchum, Salt Lake, places where you wouldn't necessarily picture Lou being.
No,
but he
no.
is.
I'd say they're going to get enlightened out there in Idaho.
I hope it's not one of those cities where they buy a ticket just because someone's there.
Yeah.
Because that's when they go in and it's Lewis, and I don't know what they do think, but it could go a little awry.
Yeah. No, they'll bury his tour bus with him in it. That's like...
I said to him, well, you should go to the casino out there and go watch the games tonight before what could be your last day on Earth.
Man, tell him I got to reach out to him and just say hi. I was thinking about him the other day, man. I hope he gets you Kansas City soon, and I can't wait to see you October 14th.
All right, kids, I can't wait either. Go Chiefs, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay.
All right, Miss Madigan, you stay right there. Hold on.
My God.
Can't wait. I just realized, and the reason, for those you don't know, Lewis Black and Madigan were together for a long time, and they're still great friends, and it's all wonderful. But sitting in a room, I sat in a room with them one time.
Oh, my God.
You want to talk about you just shut up and you go, it's the most over-the-top ping-pong. You've never heard anything like it. They should absolutely do a special together.
Why haven't they?
I don't know. I just open the curtains and there's a couch and a couple of bottles of alcohol and just let them roll. I'm telling you, it was spectacular, man. And Lewis Black, one of my favorite people in the entire world, period. And Madigan, who was, from the day we met Kathleen Madigan, she was incredible, funnier than any, and so incredibly nice and very, very real. Very St. Louis.
Two of the smartest people in comedy.
Yeah, and they still came in and did the show. So, no, they were, because did you know Lewis Black was a playwright beyond this?
I think you'd mentioned this to me before. I'm not surprised if you said he was an astronaut. Like anything with him, of course, it makes sense.
No, he was one of those guys you just fell in love with right out of the gate. You just watched him and what he says and his take on things and his skewering of hypocrisy. I don't care if he pisses you off. Like you're missing the best part of it. It's funny no matter how you believe. I don't always agree with everything he says. I just know that it's funny, but I do laugh at everything he says.
You did touch on, I believe, that he was also as good of a person, too. Like, he was a kind human.
That's one of the things, like, and I don't think he'd mind me sharing this. On Christmas, obviously, he's Jewish. So, he's got Hanukkah. But what he does on Christmas Day, when all his friends are doing their Christmassy things, he sits down, it's the end of his year, and he writes checks to charities. And he takes a certain amount of the money he made in the year, and he thinks about who he wants to help, and that's what he does. And he just sits there by himself in his apartment in New York, and he puts them in envelopes, and he takes care of everything he wanted to take care of. He's one of those guys. I was in New York for Thanksgiving, and one time he was there, so we could get together. And another time, he couldn't make it, and he said, "Well, go to that place anyway." And he'd already bought a bottle of wine.
Oh,
that's
very thoughtful.
He is one of the nicest men you would ever meet. Smart, great comedian. I mean, he's a goddamn legend.
Which makes me laugh when you see him just screaming his head off.
Yeah.
That he's got all that inside.
And so he and Madigan are, I'm telling you, they peas in a pod. It's too much concentrated awesome to be together. They just have to have a little space, man.
Call now, 913-586-7989. 586-7989. Caller number 9 is going to see Kathleen Madigan.
I was in Target with my mom. My mom has been a nurse for 30 years. I said, I have a splitting sinus headache. She goes, here, take this, and pulled a big giant pill out of her purse, and I took it. And about a second and a half later, I hear,
Kathleen Madigan.
I go, what was that about? She goes, did you swallow that? Yeah, I did, Mom. I swallowed it. What color was it? Well, I don't know, Mom. I don't know what color it was. Kathleen, why didn't you look at what color it was? Why? Because you're not somebody I met at a party.
Kathleen Madigan live at the Midland Theater, Saturday, October 14th. And you can be there if you just call now.
All right, let's go. The number, 913-586-7989. 913-586-7989. You want to go to the show? Let's go. Rock, you're on there. Good morning.
Johnny Dare, you beautiful bastard. Tell me I got to take a see Kathleen Madigan.
October 14th, the Midland Theater. Kathleen Madigan, if you've not seen her, prepare yourself, my friend.
I've seen a bunch of her specials. I've never seen her live, but, man, I've always wanted to.